think it's pretty much well known for all French learners, or actually a lot of other people too who don't even learn French, that French words are written very differently from what it is pronounced. You put a lot of different letters and then the pronunciation is completely different.
Je prends un E, un A et un U. Et je le prononce O.
Or you even add a lot of letters by the end of a word and you don't even pronounce it.
Après, je mets un X. Mais je prononce pas.
Do you have this experience of trying to pronounce a French word but you don't know how to pronounce it? So then you ask Google, you type in a forum, how do you pronounce this word? And then people from the other side of the world are trying to explain it to you. And then, of course, the way they would describe it to you is that they will write some words in English that they think will sound almost like the French word. Let's take an example. For example, you want to pronounce this word right here. It's actually French for this long sentence. And then you try to find how to pronounce it. Someone on the internet answered you with this. Okay, looks pretty easy. So you try to pronounce it. Répondez, s'il vous plaît. So the last three words actually mean please. So it's pretty useful, right? So you drill it in your memory. S'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît. The French actually don't sound like that. Because now, instead of trying to pronounce the French way, you are projecting your English pronunciation to the French words. So that will make you sound very English or American. So today, I will give you one tip that will make your pronunciation better. This tip actually works for any foreign language, but today I will choose French for the reasons that I've mentioned at the beginning of the video. So let's get started. So the trick is to learn how to read IPA. So if you don't know what that is, IPA stands for International Phonetic Alphabet. It is used by linguists or foreign language teachers to help you know exactly how a word should be pronounced. The problem with our languages, for example English or French, is that there are a lot of letters that are used to symbolize different sounds. For example, the letter C, it can be used for the sound k, just like in cat, or the sound s, just like in scent. The same problem also happens in French. For example, the letter C, again, can be used to symbolize the sound k, just like in gomme, or the sound s, just like in cerise, or even the sound sh when in combination with the letter H in the word chat. So it becomes confusing because a single letter can be used for different sounds. With IPA, you will avoid all this confusion. So every single symbol will be used to portray one single sound. So I'll put all the helpful links in the description below, but we will take a look at the IPA for French. So here we have two tables, one table for consonants and the other table for vowels. Let's take a look at the consonants first. So here you see a lot of normal Latin alphabets for the symbols. Those are used for sounds that are already unique in a language. For example, the B and P. And then notice here that we don't have the C letter because again, all of the sounds that are usually written with the letter C can be covered by the K or S or even the elongated S, which is the sh sound. And then we also have the letter N, the normal N, also the N with elongated leg to the left, which is used for the sound n, which is exactly equivalent to the N tilde, just like in Spanish, so for the n sound, but in French it's written with the GN. And also N with the elongated leg to the right, that is for the sound n. It is actually not a native sound in French, but you can find it a lot in loan words, for example from English, for in the word camping, camping. And also, of course, there's the famous French R, which is written with the upside down R. And then we don't have the symbol W in French because words in French that have W in it are actually not native French. So we pronounce it just like V. For example, the word
wagon.
We pronounce it as wagon. So you pronounce it just like if we wrote it with V instead of W. And the last interesting consonant is maybe this symbol that looks like a 3. It is used for the sound R. So now you can differentiate these two sounds. The first one is mange, as in sleeve, and the second one is mange, just like I eat. Now we will take a look at the vowels. There are a lot of different vowels in French. I will not talk about all of the different vowels, but I will mention some of the interesting ones. For example, the letter E, we have a lot of different accents. So this one here is E, and one with the aigu accent will be pronounced as E, and the one with the grave accent will be pronounced as E. And of course, it will be useful when you study the conjugation of French. For example, from the word parler, to speak, you will have the passé composé parler, but also the passé simple. Maybe you don't use it that much, but it's also pronounced parler, exactly the same. And you will have the imparfait, where you should pronounce it as parler, parler, parler. A little bit different, but maybe in some region they mixed everything together. You don't really hear the difference, but technically it should be different. And also the future tense, parlerai, and the conditional tense, parlerai, parlerai, parlerai. There are also, of course, the closed O for po and the open O for pomme. Again, for different region, they might pronounce it differently. Some region pronounce the closed O as open O. So instead of saying rose, people might say rose. And of course, there's also the famous ou and u, just like in tu and tu. And of course, since we're talking about French here, there are of course the nasal sounds, the on, and the fourth nasal sound that I don't even know how to pronounce. I will not talk in details about the nasal sounds, but I will link a video of a French YouTuber, French Morning with Elisa. She explains everything in detail and I love her channel. You can check her channel after this. You see that using IPA, it's a lot easier. So now you can even order a coffee with milk in French. So instead of pronouncing it just like this, café au lait, s'il vous plaît, you can use the IPA and pronounce it café au lait, s'il vous plaît. Okay? So you see that in English pronunciation, you make a lot of changes in the vowel. So if I exaggerate, you actually sound like this. Café au lait, s'il vous plaît. Right? But in French, there's usually only one sound for the vowel. So instead of café, you change the mouth, café. It's actually café. You stop there. Don't go to the E. It's not café. It's café. And then not O. It's O. Not lait. It's le. Café au lait. S'il vous plaît. Un café au lait, s'il vous plaît. Un café au lait, s'il vous plaît. Instead of un café au lait, s'il vous plaît, you can say un café au lait, s'il vous plaît. Okay, I hope you learned something new from this video today. And if you like this video, please don't forget to give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel because it will help this channel to grow so that I can provide more videos about language learning just like this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!